Bonjour.
What can I get you?
Oh,
We have coffee, tea, oranges, water.
Water would
You want a glass of water?
fantastic, thank you. Merci.
Trevor Jones, we are very glad to have you on my bar today. So, how does it go?
Thank you, merci
How
beaucoup.
does it go?
It's going very well.
Very
I'm
well?
here in Oban and having a great time, enjoying meeting lots of people and making lots of new friends. So it's
So you're passing on Oban for the FIFA festival? So you show some work?
I am showing one movie, Mississippi Burning, which is a very old movie.
Yeah.
And you know, for me it was a very important movie.
Yeah.
Because I came from South Africa, Africa Sud, and it's I grew up in the apartheid era.
Yeah.
So I knew about the black racial struggle.
Yeah.
That people of different colors trying to live in the same society. But everyone thought South Africa was it. But America was practicing apartheid too, you know. So it's a very interesting movie from that respect. Yeah.
Of course. So since you're young, you always wanted to be a composer. So you always wanted to be a composer.
From 5 years old.
5 years old.
5 years old.
And what is the moment you say, okay, I want to be a composer when you was young?
When I went to the movies for the cinema for the first time, I thought, why am I so excited? It wasn't just the big picture. It was the music that was doing exciting things for me. And I knew that, I said to my mother, I want to write music for films.
So how you avoid interaction between image and sound for all your projects? Like, do you have a work process? Or do you work differently with different...
I have a fairly ordered process.
Okay.
I like to read a one page, just a brief outline of the story. Then I don't want to see it until it is an assembly of the film. When they finish shooting, I don't like going on set to see this scene or that. It doesn't interest me. What interests me is when the whole film is put together. Then we start fine-tuning, cutting this smaller and making that, getting the edit to work properly, getting the storyline told. And then after that, I come and talk to the director about where I think that scene maybe needs emotion, because the actor is too pan-faced, you can't see the emotion.
You can't see the emotion. Yeah.
Maybe we need to put some emotion in there, maybe we need emotion there. More important, which scenes do not need music? That's the most important.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like a tailor, bespoke tailor for a suit. This person is this shape, that person is that shape. I write what that movie needs.
Okay.
Not, I don't impose my style on a movie.
Okay.
I try to make like a suit for a person. If it's a thin person, that's the suit I'll make. If it's a fat person, that's the suit I'll make. But the suit has got to be right. It's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't like doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is what the big Hollywood studios like you. They like to know, oh, he does that type of movie. Only that type of movie. He's famous for that type of movie.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't like that. Because I love writing music for
all the movie, not
yeah.
just a kind of movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So you create music on a place like on the place you like. This is a place named Abbey Road Studio. Yeah. Like this is the Beatles' immortality is this place when you just walk on a crossing pedestrian. So do you like to walk on this place?
When I started, my first recording session was in the studio in 1969, way back, you know, in the late 60s. So I was very, I loved the studio. it has a beautiful sound, you know, when you do that. It has a particular magic to the acoustic. It's a very good acoustic.
It's a good place too, because we know that Beatles just...
It has this glamour of the Beatles, you know, this magic of the Beatles being there. But I think it was magical before the Beatles.
Yeah. And
the Beatles made it, you know, famous.
Famous, yeah.
But the studio still today is very beautiful acoustic, very good to work in. And you feel very special when you're there.
Yeah.
Because they enjoy getting the sound perfect.
Sound perfect.
It's about how good you can make that sound.
Okay.
And that for me is important. My job is to make the music as good as I can. Their job is to make the sound as good as you can. So we like work, you know, in tandem. Yeah. I have had a very complete training as a film composer. I mean, for instance, I went to the Royal Academy of Music in London. It's a very good institution for learning music. It's, I would think, the best in England. Now, the Royal Academy of Music, I was there for 4 years. Then I worked for the BBC, where I had 2 million albums. You know, there were 2 million albums in this library, and I could listen to whatever I needed to listen to. I used to write reviews of music. Then I went back to university to do my doctorate degree in the psychology of image and music, how music affects what you see, and how you can write music that affects an audience. And then I went to film school to learn how to make films. So I did cinematography and editing and, you know, every aspect of filmmaking. I began to understand how what a filmmaker needs, you know. I can walk onto a set and see a lens and say, oh, that's a long lens, the shot is going to look like this, and so on, and try and understand what the director is trying to do. So in terms of education and music, I had a very good background.
So do you always record in England, or
no?
You travel to record?
No, I've recorded everywhere from somebody's bathroom, in the lavatory.
Okay, so you're kind of passionate, like, okay, there is a new sound, so okay, I take...
I take the sounds wherever it's good, yes. I record wherever people want me to.
You want to record everywhere?
Yes, where the sound is just right for that movie.
Okay.
You know,
so it's happened to you when you just walk in the street, you say, okay, this side is good, so...
Yeah. Yes, often I think, oh, that's an interesting sound. And we sample it.
Yep.
In the days when I first started out, we had synclavier and the Fairlight and different types of samplers. And we would take scaffolding poles outside a building in the middle of the night and go, pong, you know, just fantastic
it's
sound.
Perfect.
In the middle of the night, and record it. And then we would use it for big scenes, you know, in films, big metallic sounds.
Okay.
So we would use the sounds and make sounds from whatever, because we didn't have samplers in those days. Everything had to be made. New sounds had to be invented, you know, for the new technology. So it's very good.
I wonder, what are you thinking about the composer for the video game? So the music from the video game. So do you think it's not the future, but an important fact that could be more famous, you know, like to be more popular?
I don't doubt for a moment. You know, for me, the world is an ever-changing place. So every generation comes along with new ideas, new ways of treating and developing technology. The same with music. I think the video games are going to be very, very important. Video game composers, those people who can make you feel level 1 is like this, level 2 you like this, and the music is fitting.
Okay, I'm entire in this game.
So, you know, those composers that can make the music more and more and more exciting with
to be more immersive.
Yeah.
The game.
Yeah.
But it is also the case.
draw a player in, then to take them up. But it's interesting, when you have a new player, he takes very long to go from level 1 to level 2.
Yeah.
The more you get experience, level 1, level 2, you're quickly there. So how do you make that music go imperceptibly? So the art of writing for that games becomes different, becomes more interesting for the composer, becomes quite difficult. You go from here to there, or from here to there, at different times, depending on how good the player is. But as a composer, you have to make that music sound seamless. So it offers challenges for composers that didn't exist before.
Okay.
For me, it's like three-dimensional movie scoring, as opposed to just linear, two-dimensional.
Okay.
It's interesting.
It's a new dimension.
It's a new way of trying to work in the same craft of scoring music. It's a different way of writing.
Do you have a kind of movie that you prefer, like another kind?
Well, I think my wife has. She likes it when I'm doing romantic comedies, because then I bring chocolates and a bunch of flowers. When I'm doing knife in the hand movie, she's like, I'm like this, she's like that.
Yeah, okay.
I think she prefers when I'm doing romantic comedies.
Okay. I have some questions that people ask about your production. So, do you want to answer?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
Oui, je voudrais savoir du coup quelles sont ses principales inspirations et aussi qui sont ses compositeurs en général préférés.
My main inspirations, I don't have special composers. I love certain writers.
Yeah.
I love their music. I love, you can't help but love French composers. The French are it's very special, all the French expressionists and French music itself is a very particular culture of music, from Satie to Debussy to Fauré, you name it. It's a formidable culture of music. The same in England, you have very limited, but Elgar, for instance, Edward Elgar, it's beautiful but very English. So very different nationalities have very different musical cultures.
Yeah.
And I like the best of jazz. I like the best of French. I like good music. There's only 3 types of music for me. Okay. Good, bad, and indifferent. I like good music, then there's bad music, and then there's music I don't care about, It's just in hotels, music, you don't really listen to that. But, So I don't have any particular composer that influences my writing. I try for the movie to influence what I write, not a composer. I love too many different types of it,
Yeah, different types of a lot of music.
Yeah.
It's a good music, it's a good one.
It has to be good.
So, let's continue.
Bonjour, du coup, je lui demanderais comment c'est de travailler avec un compositeur et avec un réalisateur, pardon, et si c'est différent quand on travaille seul en tant que compositeur ou quand on travaille du coup dans une équipe pour un film.
Well, for a composer, for working with directors,
it's different that when we work.
Every single director is different.
Yeah, but when we work alone, it's not the same.
No, when you're working, it depends on the director. Some directors, the very good ones, they will say, this is my movie, this is the challenge for you.
Okay.
Good luck, and they will leave you to get on with it. The bad ones tell you, oh, you must do this, you do that. No, I don't like this music, maybe you change this chord. And they have control, they want to control what you write. A good director brings out the best in you, brings out gives you a challenge that you rise to, that you think, you know what, I can see what he's imagining, and I want to produce that and make it even better.
Of course.
So I've worked with been very fortunate to work with very famous directors. But the one that I've enjoyed most working with is my son. So that for me was a very important thing, to have my children who are 32, they're old people, but to have them, to know that they want to get the best.
Yeah, of course.
And know how to ask and how to work with other creative people to achieve that, you know. Yeah. It's essential to be able to be a person that can communicate and still be very nice, be a very nice person, but get that finished artistic result that the movie needs. It's very, very interesting.
Okay. So, this is the last question.
Oui, alors quel est l'instrument le plus absurde que vous ayez casé dans une composition?
The most unusual instrument I've used is the watering can for the garden. You pour water, you put the tap, turn it on, and then you water the flowers.
So you make this...
So you put on the nozzle, take that off, and you put a pipe in there, and you put a trumpet mouthpiece, and you can blow. Yes, it makes beautiful sound.
Seriously?
Yeah, I've used it on 2 films.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's very good sound. I've used very unusual instruments. Ophiclyde. I've used this thing that looks like a serpent, you know?
Yeah.
I've used a little ocarina.
Ocarina, yeah. Like a little instrument, like a flute
with holes in.
Many holes, yeah.
Yeah, I've used all sorts of anything that can make an expressive sound.
Okay.
And that is right for the film. I haven't used an instrument that wasn't right for, you know, for the fun of it or to be silly. I've only used it ever because that was the right sound. This watering can made a superb sound. And it is different from a trumpet or cornet or any of the other brass instruments. Unique sound.
Unique.
And it works very beautifully in one film, Loch Ness.
Loch Ness.
About this monster.
Yeah, the monster of the Loch Ness, yeah. Okay, so that was that.
Yes, that is the sound of the tune for the monster, yeah. So so for me it's finding the right sound for the right film. What is the time, by the way? Because
it's 5:20 p.m.
I have to go.
Oh, you have to go.
It's been really good chatting to you.
It's really good to talk with you.
All the best. Cheers.
I hope you have a great week during this FIFA.
I'm sure I will. I'm enjoying it very much. All the best.
Thanks a lot.
Merci beaucoup.
Thanks a lot.